How safe do you feel in your own country? A question that's becoming increasingly relevant for many Americans. Recent times have seen an uptick in protests and heightened security concerns, both influenced by global events and internal unrest. The Federal Bureau of Investigation has repeatedly warned of potential lone wolf attacks, individual acts of terror perpetrated by people inspired by extremist ideologies but not directly affiliated with terrorist groups. These warnings have gained new weight in the wake of the escalating Israel-Hamas conflict, raising fears of targeted violence, especially against American Jewish communities. This global unrest is not only reverberating across oceans, but it's also influencing the domestic climate. Significant protests are disrupting major infrastructure and causing substantial disruptions, largely driven by pro-Palestinian supporters responding to ongoing international conflicts and US foreign policy. This, coupled with concerning security developments, such as the apprehension of over 75 individuals listed on the terrorist watch list, is adding to the already growing concerns about national security and the potential for terrorist activities on US soil. The rising tensions and security concerns are a reality that Americans are grappling with every day. Protests and security alerts have become a common feature of our times, but what's really happening on the ground? In recent years, major infrastructure sites in the United States have been disrupted by significant protests. Notably, iconic structures like the Brooklyn Bridge in New York and the Golden Gate Bridge in California have seen large demonstrations that have caused considerable disturbances. These protests, largely driven by pro-Palestinian supporters, have been a direct response to ongoing international conflicts and US foreign policy, particularly concerning financial aid to Israel. In addition to these public displays of dissent, there's been a concerning trend in national security. The US Border Patrol has reported the apprehension of over 75 individuals on the terrorist watch list since the 1st of October. This revelation has stoked the already growing concerns about national security and the potential for terrorist activities on US soil. It's important to note that these incidents aren't just one-off events. They're part of a larger narrative of heightened security concerns and potential threats to national security. The presence of potential extremist individuals, the rhetoric at certain protests, and the sightings of extremist symbols during these demonstrations all underscore the increasing unease surrounding these public events and their potential to incite violence. In this context, it becomes clear that understanding the nuances of these issues is crucial. The United States faces challenges on multiple fronts, from managing public unrest related to foreign policy to addressing security threats posed by individuals on the terror watch list. These incidents are not isolated but part of a larger narrative of heightened security concerns and potential threats to national security. These rising tensions have far-reaching implications, particularly for national security. One significant concern is the potential presence of Hezbollah sleeper cells, especially in major cities like New York. A tangible sign of these concerns was the sighting of a Hezbollah flag during a protest in front of the New York Stock Exchange. This symbol, waving amidst a sea of protesters, is a stark reminder of the potential threats lurking within our own borders. Furthermore, the rhetoric at some protests has been cause for alarm. Chants like "Death to America" not only stoke fear and anxiety but also fuel the potential for violence. These words, echoing through our streets, underscore the severity of the situation, adding to the weight of concern about our national security. These issues aren't just hypothetical scenarios, they are real and immediate challenges to our national security. They demand a proactive response from the government and law enforcement. The implications for national security are real and immediate, requiring a proactive response from the government and law enforcement. In response to these escalating threats, the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security have issued stern warnings. The government has been actively working to counter these potential threats, urging both law enforcement agencies and the public to remain alert. The gravity of these threats has led to an increased focus on areas with significant Palestinian populations and where protests have been most prevalent. This heightened vigilance is a part of a larger strategy to prevent potential lone wolf attacks and ensure national security. The government has made it clear that any form of violence or disruption won't be tolerated, demonstrating a commitment to maintain order and protect its citizens. The stakes are high, and the government's response reflects the critical nature of the situation. It's a dynamic and challenging landscape, and the authorities are doing their best to navigate it. The government's response is a testament to the seriousness of the situation and the need for constant vigilance. As we look ahead, the challenges remain multifaceted, with the US having to navigate a complex landscape. Tensions continue to rise, both within our borders and on the international stage, painting a picture of a nation grappling with unrest and security threats. The situation is fluid, constantly evolving, with every event and incident adding a new layer to the intricate mosaic of our socio-political climate. The authorities remain on high alert, their vigilance a testament to the gravity of the circumstances we find ourselves in. But it's not just up to them, it's up to all of us. Each of us has a role to play in maintaining the safety and security of our communities. This means staying informed, being prepared, and most importantly, being vigilant. These are trying times indeed. But as we grapple with these challenges, we must remember the importance of balance. We must strive to maintain our security without compromising the civil liberties that form the bedrock of our nation. Understanding the nuances of these issues is crucial as we navigate this delicate balance between maintaining security and respecting civil liberties amidst growing unrest. Remember to like and subscribe.